What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of Prop It Like It's Hot, powered by PropInsiders.com, your home for the best prop betting info, stats, and trends. I'm Nick, and I'm joined here today by Lucas and Clayton. Don't forget to use our code PLAYOFF499 for 30% off your first month subscription. We'll be getting rid of this code in the next week, so don't forget to cash in on that offer. Lucas, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Little light in the wallet after my Mac crapped out on me last week. Had to buy a brand new one. Not happy about it, but other than that, life's good. Clay, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Your camera finally looks like it's not got donuts glazed over the front of it, so you're fine.
Yeah. Just wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, let me get my grubby fingers on there.
Yeah.
Life's good. It's the slow time of the season now. No basketball, no hockey, so it's the big focus on baseball. But things are going well in that regard. But
Baseball.
yeah.
I guess before we get started on baseball, let's just talk about this trade that's supposed to be happening here. Just curious you guys' thoughts. So essentially what's going on. Porzingis is going to the Celtics. Brogdon's going to the Clippers. And the Clippers are then sending Morris, Amir Coffey, who many people might not even know, and the 30th pick to Washington. What are you guys' thoughts? Just curious your opinions on what's going down here.
I don't got a ton. I think at the end of the day, the Celtics pick up obviously a good player in Porzingis. They do give up Brogdon, but however they're going to change the roster at the end of the day, they got to step up in the playoffs and get it done, and they haven't. So, is Porzingis really going to change that equation? I don't know, but if it's broke, you got to try and fix it. So, I guess this is their first step to trying to do so.
Be interesting to see where the lines change. Right now, they're plus 500 to win. They're still behind the Nuggets, but I don't think it's obviously going to be enough. But it makes the East definitely a little bit harder. So.
I think the only question or something that raises an eyebrow, for lack of a better term, does that mean Jaylen Brown's on the way out?
Yeah, are they cutting some house there and doing a mini rebuild, or are they just going to stack up and go for it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot. I don't really understand exactly where. I mean, I guess Porzingis fits in the rotation. You just slide in Robert Williams, I guess, starting at center, and then Porzingis at the power forward. But I mean, obviously, if they're all staying, they're going to be probably the biggest starting five in the league outside of Marcus Smart, who's obviously not that tall. But I mean, it'll be interesting. I'm curious. I think Jaylen Brown might be heading out. I think they're looking for change, and this is just the start of the change. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got one more year on that contract too, so they can probably get some value out of him for that, and he can prove something.
I feel like, if you're going to move Jaylen Brown, the Celtics' goal is to obviously win a championship. Does moving Jaylen Brown net you an equivalent or better player that moves that needle, or are you better with sticking with Brown? Right? Like there is something to be said about changing things up, but is it going to go too far to where they actually get a little worse without Brown? I don't know.
I think honestly the first thing I thought about, and now that I've had a little bit of time to process it, I kind of make sense. But hear me out. Jaylen Brown straight up for Damian Lillard. But so the only thing that I'm kind of apprehensive in even saying that is the fact that the Portland GM apparently turned off the phones. He says to a reporter about Damian Lillard. But I mean, realistically, the guy's gotta leave at some point.
I feel like the only way he leaves though is if he wants to leave, and I just don't think like he's giving off that vibe whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if his I guess his goal isn't to win a championship, leaving Portland, and he's content with staying there and playing out his career. I mean, it's a fair thought, but I just don't really see Lillard forcing his way out.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously we'll see how the next couple of weeks shake out. couple deals I'm sure will are currently brewing in the mix. Who knows? But yeah, I guess you said you want to chat some golf, so let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, we talked a little golf last time. Um, talk a little golf this time after a major. U.S. Open, Mr. Wyndham Clark takes the win by one stroke over Rory McIlroy. It was quite the buzz week, and not really for the golf. Well, sort of for the golf, but a lot of talk about LACC as a venue and cheaping out on the tickets. I don't know what you guys think about that and the low attendance, but um, I thought it was a pretty garbage atmosphere. So did everyone else. And if you want to host a U.S. Open, you better be prepared for the crowds. In my opinion. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean there
I
were
mean,
more fans at the mini putt competition down the street kind of thing, but you go to these exclusive clubs and it's big money there. Like there's no celebrities. It's all just like finance guys and stuff out of that one. They bought all the tickets and made it a corporate event. So USGA needs to stop giving hugs and kisses to them on a great event. Like, yeah, the golf course was pretty good. It was a little carnage at sometimes, but they absolutely ruined the atmosphere. It was so dumb. His final comments there as they're handing out the trophy of like, "We see you, LA. All you guys are here." It's like there's like 3 rows of people behind on the final putt. Like it was terrible atmosphere. So they'll bring
I
it
think
back to the Midwest or out east, and it'll be good again.
yeah, no, I think that's just a direct result of it being in essentially downtown LA. Like
Yeah,
it's like I feel like a lot of these celebrities haven't really gotten into the golf craze yet, whereas they don't really care about it for the lack of a better term, I guess. Who knows? I
But it,
think it's tough to draw crowds in LA.
it's a
Uh,
beautiful sunny weekend. They're not going to go pay the $500 or whatever it is to go not sit in stands. They want to go out and enjoy themselves.
I,
yeah, no.
I honestly, I kind of disagree though, because I was at the Genesis in February and
Not
it
a
was
brag.
pretty packed. Yeah, whatever.
That's
Humble
a
brag.
completely
But
different like style of
No,
event
like I
though.
don't.
I know, I agree. It is a completely different style of event, but like the Genesis is 15 minutes outside of downtown, not even. So it's like you could have gotten people there. I think it just came down to LACC being pricks about the number of tickets available and trying to keep their little ho hum,
Oh yeah. Also, why'd
status
you
quo.
go? Why'd you go to Riviera?
Yeah, okay, because Tiger was there, of
Tiger
course,
was
but
there.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I thought it was good golf. It was definitely fun. I think the whole world was cheering for Ricky at one point, but would have been cool to see him
yeah,
clutch it out. But good job by Wyndham there. I think he was like 85 to 1 on some books pre-tournament. Like that's a nice payday for the guys that backed him.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the other big story in terms of the golf side of things was just the lack of carnage, especially early in the tournament. First two 62s in the 128-year history of the U.S. Open, and 6 scores of 65 or better on Thursday. And then through the morning rave on Friday, there wasn't a single round in the 80s out of 234. And then 4 of the 7 lowest 36-hole gross scores in U.S. Open history. So, I think we're all used to seeing the U.S. Open be carnage, and I think it's satisfying for golf fans to watch the best in the world struggle like the rest of us do every day on the course. But I don't know. What did you guys think about the makeup of it?
I
It
mean,
was golf's that going that way. Like pros are good at golf. Why are we so surprised that they're not going to score low?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I guess.
Sunday. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go, go, go.
If you look at Sunday, the top guys, no one really scored that well. I think Wyndham Clark on Sunday was even par.
Yeah, it was like Tommy
Yeah,
Fleetwood that had a big comeback and
Yeah,
shot 63, but he was so far back that it didn't actually matter. I mean, he
right.
cashed in well, but
it definitely like the course bit back a bit on the weekend, which was nice to see, but it still wasn't like the carnage we were all used to. I think the fairways were a little wide, probably.
Yeah,
That was a common critique of the course, and I know like I think it was Wyndham Clark's last drive on 18. Coming home, he had a nice big slice, and it stayed in the fairways because the fairways were so wide. A lot of people were comparing that to Mito Pereira's tee shot at the PGA and saying, Mito would have liked to hit on a fairway like that for the pressure tee off. But
But look at like the old course at St. Andrews, number 1 and number 18 share of fairway, and it's massive. Like some of
yeah,
these courses are built like that. So
no, definitely
put
fair
some
enough.
trees in if you want to keep them all in one fairway as well.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of concludes our golf talk, though. But Nick, you want to start rounding out some MLB?
Yeah, let's do it. So I guess realistically, outside of golf and maybe soccer, this is I guess the only main sport going on. So I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail today. Have a little bit of talking points. I got a couple things I want to talk about today. First off, I'll kick it off with the Jays as we always like to talk about. First two games in a row they've won in the last 3 weeks. Playing a Miami Marlins team that's actually not bad. Sandy Alcantara, unfortunately, he's on my fantasy team. He has declined this year tremendously. He's now posting after that game. The Jays actually won 6-3 today, just to make that clear. Sandy Alcantara is now 2-6 on the year with a 5.08 ERA. And then Gosman got another win today. He's been pretty fantastic. I mean, I think he's the best Jays pitcher right now for sure, by far. So he's improved to 7-3 on the year with a 3.1 ERA. Jordan Romano got another save today. Outside of the Jays, the Rays win again. Like it seems like a common thing this year, hearing the Rays winning. The Cubs beat up on the Pirates. It was a slugfest today in Houston. Houston ended up winning that game 10-8. It was kind of up and down. Leads changed almost every inning, it seemed like. And then besides that, the Guardians beat the Athletics. The Yankees beat the Mariners. And then there's a couple other games, which I won't get into. A couple things I want to talk about today. Did you guys see that like $1.60 parlay to win $1 million?
No.
Okay, so this is it, and it's a good talking point in my opinion. So he currently has every division winner right. $1.60 pays like $1 million and 1.1 million for round numbers. So he has the Rays, the Twins, the Rangers, and then on the National League side, he has the Braves, the Reds, which are the very surprising one. They're on an 11-game winning streak. So obviously they've kind of came out of nowhere here. They're 40-35 leading that division, and then the Diamondbacks, which were another. I think that was 30-1 at the start of the year to win the division. So, who, in your opinion, ruins that parlay, and maybe why, if you want to say?
The AL East is just a war zone right now. Like everybody's above 500. I think that's probably where it's going to come. The Rays will settle down at one point, but every team is chomping at the bit right now. I think the Red Sox are in last, and they're a game and a half back from the start of today. They're a game and a half back from the wild card. Like I think those guys will turn it on once it gets to really crunch time divisional play. I think that's probably where it's going to come.
You think the Rays? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can just see the Yankees or the Orioles passing them in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the chance. Who does he have in the Central again?
The Twins. He's got every division leader right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it being the Central. The Twins are 37-38, and the Guardians are only one game back. That might be a tight one. But I think honestly, the other ones look pretty good. And maybe Cincinnati might be the only other one that you're really nervous about, just because they weren't supposed to be good. But Joey Votto back, see if he can turn back the clock a bit and help them take it home.
What do you cash out at?
Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna give my take. Who thinks ruins it, and then I want you to guess what the current cash out is, and then I'm gonna ask you after what you would cash out for, or what would make you cash out. So I personally think the Diamondbacks are gonna fall off. I love the Diamondbacks. I like their team because it's well rounded. They got a little bit of everything. They don't have essentially superstars. Corbin Carroll's an emerging superstar, sure, but he's essentially his full first year on the team. Obviously, the Dodgers they're going to get hot eventually. The Padres are currently, I don't know how, but under 500, and they have an unreal team. I think they're bound to get hot at some point. And obviously, these guys are going to end up playing each other so many times in the year. So there's so much time to make up ground. But I'm not going to tell you what the current cash one is, but guess what it is. So essentially, $1 and like 68 cents or something like that. It might even be $1.69 to win 1.19 million. What do you think the cash is right now?
Halfway through the year.
It's not, well, yeah, we're not even halfway. And like Greener said, like the Central on the AL side is a game apart.
Say like maybe $50, to be honest. Like,
oh no, come
really?
on, man. They're all
There's just so many variables.
It's way higher.
Really? Halfway through the year?
Yeah,
Greener, what's your guess?
I'll take a guess at like 2,500.
Okay. Clayton, I'll give you one more chance for doing so because that wasn't even close.
No, it's just we're so far out and they're so close.
I get the rationale. I'm curious. I want you to get another guess. It's above Greeners. There's your hint.
Yeah, I was gonna go like 15.
15K?
Yeah.
It's $8,200. So he's getting it.
I mean, I'm cashing out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like off a dollar bet, you're dumb not to.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine, okay, put yourself in this guy's shoes. You put $1.60. You're essentially, that $1.60's gone. Like, you could have spent that on anything. You probably lost $1.
I dropped that out my car window today, I'm pretty sure. Like,
yeah, it's literally in your car seat and you'll never forget about it. You're always going to forget about it.
I used to chuck toonies into the bush because I didn't want change.
All right, rich kid, take it easy.
Yeah, I didn't grow up like that. I'll tell you that for free.
No, I'm just an idiot.
No, I'm just joking. But so essentially, I mean, I feel like you have to cash out at a certain point. Like, I think as soon as you see 10 grand, you got to take it. But I mean, obviously, if it ends up working out, like you're gonna like what? Arguably, for a lot of people, 10 grand is like somewhat life changing. Probably not. Maybe let's call it year changing. It might change your year.
I think if you're putting $1.60 down though, $8,000 is, minimum year, 2 year changing kind of thing. Otherwise, you're putting at least $10 on that.
It's definitely like it's a great outcome no matter what. Like,
yeah,
$8,000's great, but I'm saying like 1.1 million is like literally life changing.
Oh, right?
Yeah. I don't think personally I would have the nuts to let it ride. I think I'd probably cash it out at 82. Like, it just.
I think I would have already cashed it out.
Honestly, probably too, because like, why? Again, you're one game out in the AL Central, and it's just like, it takes one bad week for then that entire cash out to be zero almost. So, how much longer is he going to have all six leading for? Maybe it'll come back later in the year, but it's like
not 90 games or whatever it is left.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, dude, I think the Reds to win the division was like 60-1.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that
like,
and the Diamondbacks, that's where all your juice is coming from,
like,
eh?
I understand, like, I feel like the Reds are getting a lot of media time right now with, like, Elly De La Cruz. Obviously, he's a sick young talent and whatever.
Yeah.
Joey Votto back. Who cares?
Who cares? I hate him.
No, I love Joey Votto. He's a BC kid. But it's just, like, I don't see it, man. Like, the fact that if you were to tell me the Reds are leading the division and the Cardinals are last by a long shot to start the year, I'd be like, you're smoking something.
No chance.
Stuff.
And you're telling me the Dodgers aren't going to put on a bit of a show in the crunch time? Like,
at the end of the year, the Dodgers are going to play the Diamondbacks, and it's going to be 3-0 Dodgers, and done. Literally series sweep, but who knows? I mean, I have no idea who this guy is.
But imagine walking away from 1.1 million for $8,000.
But like, that's what I mean. It's just so minuscule.
Yeah,
like, that is such a fraction. It's not even close to 1%.
Yeah,
it's like
I wonder what the payout would be. I wonder what the payout would be if you cash the $8,000, take home $1,200, and then just put $7,000 on the same parlay. like as the odds are now.
Well, the odds will be so much different. Like the Reds will never be even close to 60-1.
Well, no, of course, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
At
no,
least
you'll
you
still
have
get a big
$1,200 in the
payout.
bag.
Yeah, you're still probably he'll probably get like a payout of, I would guess, like 400.
Well, there was that
You
guy
still have
that
$1,200 in your pocket.
the guy that had the parlay for the Chiefs, UConn men's basketball,
Yeah.
and the
Oh
Nuggets,
my
and he cashed
god.
out after the Chiefs for like pennies, kind of thing. Like it
Oh
was like
my
a
god.
75K win or whatever, and then he
That's
just like
unreal.
for like
Yeah, okay.
$150. It's like, what are you
My
doing?
my two rules: I never cash futures parlays, no matter what happens, even if there's no chance. That's my
Yeah,
number one rule. And my next rule, which I've unfortunately learned the hard way this year, is once I place a parlay, even if I mistake it, like put the wrong thing in, just leave it. Don't touch it.
yeah.
Even if you lose, whatever, like my usual parlay is $20. If I lose, done. I literally remember I picked the Dodgers instead of the Angels, and I changed it. The Dodgers lost, the Angels won. I'm like, it's just like whatever. I mean, shit happens. It is what it is. But yeah, I
How
don't know.
how you cash out 286-1 for
Yeah,
$120 though is just crazy, and then hit like
yeah,
Yeah, that's called zero faith in your own intuition, is what that
yeah.
is.
And I get like UConn had like a shitty January. I'm pretty sure like they went on like a 9-game skid, so it's like, oh, I better bail out and get some money out of this, but absurd, especially with how good the Nuggets were all year. So
okay.
Yeah.
I want to do one thing. It's gonna be new. I'm gonna count down three, two, one, and then I want you guys to say who the best team in baseball is. Can we do that?
currently,
Yeah. I'm gonna count down though, so don't say it yet. You guys got an idea? Greener, you ready or you're not ready?
Give me a quick.
Oh
No, I
shit!
got a
You
lot.
gotta pull up the research.
I gotta.
He's hitting profitcenters.com right now. Give him a sec.
just who we
It
think,
might be
like in
tough with
terms
the
of trend,
delay.
or like
No. Just like who you
standings.
think the best team in baseball is, or the team that has the most likelihood of like winning the championship or World Series. I guess it's still a championship. You ready, Greener?
Yeah, all right. I'll throw it out there.
Okay, ready? Three, two, one. Atlanta
Braves.
Braves.
Rangers.
Yeah. What'd you say? What'd you say, Green?
I said Rangers.
Rangers. What?
Yikes!
Are you crazy? Are you fun?
Hey,
Dude,
I'm
I'm
looking
gonna
at the
turn on my
stats.
glasses for that. What are you smoking?
13-1, Greener, hop on it, buddy.
Holy man.
Hey, I'm just looking at the
DeGrom done
numbers
for the
here.
year, dude.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm
Yeah,
looking
no,
at
I
the numbers.
guess, but
No, I
They
like
got
the
a
Braves
better.
there.
yeah, I'm a big Braves fan. Well,
I
not
mean,
a fan, but I think they're the best team in baseball.
Yeah,
They have the best lineup. It's like their lineup is so stacked, and the fact that they literally have two of the best catchers in the league is just like so crazy.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that's obviously them and the Rays are probably the leading horse. But just looking at the numbers, the Rangers have the best differential in the league, most runs scored. I don't know, man.
You went deep into it, eh? I just wanted off the top of your head.
like
I had to look.
the
I
National
had to
League.
honestly look.
National League's better than the American League at this point, though. So it is kind of like
Yeah,
look at a strength of
That's also
schedule. But
that's also fair.
yeah. I don't know. I'm good. I'm glad we agree at least, Finney, on the Braves, but we'll see how this Rangers
yeah,
shenanigans shake out from Greener here. But we'll let him have his run differential stats for now. But anyways,
Yeah, watch the
we'll
video
kind of
later.
we'll kind of wrap this up here. I'm gonna start off our parlay segment. I'm gonna turn on these glasses again, get them fired up because we are currently riding a hot streak. We're 2-0 in our last two parlays, so you guys better start listening up. So this is a propinsiders.com 3-leg parlay. It's going to be all baseball, given that it's only baseball. My pick of tomorrow, which is Thursday, June 22nd, is Shane McClanahan to record a win. He is currently at home posting a 1.64 ERA. And if you're following baseball, the Rays are always winning. And he's arguably an early heavy favorite for the Cy Young. He's got 6 wins in his last 10, and he's just been an absolute horse at home. I'm all over it tomorrow. You might not get the best odds. You're lucky to get like minus 140 or better, but I'm all over Shane McClanahan to record a win. Lukey, you want to hit it over to yourself?
Yeah, I got Mitch Keller strikeouts prop. I'm gonna go as far to say as I think this is a lock. Okay,
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why this line is at 5.5 minus 135, but I love it. Okay, hammer it. In his last 10 games, he had 7+ strikeouts in 9 of 10, 8+ strikeouts in 7 of his last 10. The only potential worry is Miami. Miami is ranked 8th this year in strikeouts per game at 8.18, but Keller has gone over his strikeouts prop, having 7+ in 3 starts against the Mets, Orioles, and Diamondbacks in his last 10 games, and all 3 of those teams are also in the top 10 for lowest strikeouts per game. So I'm not worried about the matchup. I think Mitch Keller has been throwing the hell out of the ball, and he's making people whiff. So sign me up for 6+ tomorrow.
Finney. Or Clayton, sorry.
I'm going Billy McKinney in the big story that's coming out of New York these days. I'm going to take him on his total bases. I wouldn't be shocked if it's moving up to 1.5, but he's so new in the league, kind of thing. I mean, he's been around for a bit, but 4-1 in his last 5, 9-1 in his last 10. He's got 9 total bases in the first and second game against the Mariners. He's just absolutely tearing it up. I think he went 2 for 3 today. He had a home run. Averaging 2.25 total bases per game. Even better at home, and they're there. I think he's batting 348 with like a 900 slugging. Doing well against righties. He's picked it up today. That bumped his stats up. I had to do a bunch of scribbling on my notepad here. And he's going up against Brian Wu, who's through 4 games played, first year in the big leagues, 0-1, couple no decisions, 12.1 innings pitched, and he's 7.30 ERA. So Billy McKinnon total bases.
Sweet. All right, so just in summary here, quick overview. Our 3-leg parlay is I'm taking Shane McClanahan to record a win. He's currently posting a 1.64 ERA at home. Lukey?
I got Mitch Keller strikeouts prop. Lines at 5.5, and he's had 7+ in 9 of his last 10 starts.
I got Billy McKinney, total bases. He's batting 348 at home with a 9.13 slugging percentage, 21 total bases in like 7 games played.
Sweet. All right, so that wraps up our segment today, guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed my sunglasses, a little brightening up to your day here, a little flashing lights. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. Thanks for tuning in.